Marvel Snap. It's a new card battler game where you can collect the cards of some of your favorite Marvel characters, and you could use those cards to battle your opponents in some fast-paced strategic card battles. And in this video, I'm discussing the things you should do and the mistakes you should avoid so that you could build your collection quickly and start smashing your enemies. And if you're ready for it, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Maniacs. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're talking all about the do's and do nots for Marvel Snap when starting off your new account. Now, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel gaming content. We have at least 5 Marvel gaming videos per week on this channel. Usually it's a lot more. And if you have already subscribed, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. We're gonna talk all about these do's and do nots for Marvel Snap. But before we get into all that, I do wanna give you an overview of the game in case you're brand new to Marvel Snap and some things that you may or may not have realized is going on in battle if you've already been playing this game. So let's get right into the battle overview. You start each game with 3 cards from your deck, and at the start of each turn, you draw another card from your deck. Now, each of these cards has a cost, which is displayed in the top left corner in blue, and the power, which is displayed in the top right in orange. Now, at the bottom of the screen is your energy, and you start with 1 energy on turn 1, and the energy capacity increases by 1 after each turn. Like I said, each card has its energy displayed in the upper left-hand corner, and that is how much it costs to play the card. If you don't have enough energy to play the card, it'll appear darkened in your card selection like this. You have 3 locations to play your cards, and you can play up to 4 cards at each location. Currently, there's more than 80 locations in Marvel Snap, and each of them have some different effects on the battle. And here are some of the locations that are in Marvel Snap right now. You may run across some of these. It may take a while for you to run across some of these, and some of these have some very interesting effects that could help you or it could screw you in battle. At the start of the battle, you don't get to know all of the locations. Each location gets revealed on turns 1, 2, and 3 in the left to right order. Now, I mentioned each of your cards has a certain power, and this is going to be used to calculate your score at each of the locations. And the player that has more power in a location will win that location. And to win the battle, you're going to need to win more locations than your opponent. And in case of a tie, the winner is the player who's winning their location by the most points. And if the difference is exactly the same, the match is going to end in a draw. Now, the orange highlight effect like this, it shows who is winning at each location currently. And after you get out of the beginning battles, you start to enter rank play, and cosmic cubes are at stake in each battle. The more of these you have, the higher your rank is, and you'll get higher and higher ranking rewards, and you get better rewards as you move up in the rankings. Now, the current cubes at stake is displayed on the top, and the amount of cubes at stake doubles in the final round. If you're sure you're gonna win, then you can snap the game by clicking the cube at the top. What this is gonna do is double the amount of cosmic cubes at stake during the battle. Most of the times, you're snapping when you're confident that you're gonna win, but you're also gonna use this strategically, kind of like a bluff in poker. So do use the snap button if you think you're gonna win, or if you think you could fake out your opponent. Now, if both you and your opponent snap, then you can reach a maximum of cubes at stake per battle, which is 8. Now, if you think you're gonna lose the battle, you can minimize the cubes that you'll lose by retreating. So do not be afraid to retreat, because it's important to remember that progression in Marvel Snap isn't tied to your wins and losses. It's more about these cubes and your total collection level, which we'll get to in just a little bit. So if you're not confident in your chances, it's best to keep the losses as low as possible and save your cubes for the next battle. So that's an overview of the gameplay in Marvel Snap, but there's other things that you should be doing and other mistakes you need to be avoiding when playing Marvel Snap. Let's go into the store here and talk about the premium currency, which is gold right here. There's a few things that you can do with gold, and a way to get more gold. You could earn it in the game, or you could purchase gold directly through the shop. The first places you can use the gold is your credits here. Now, with this, you're gonna get some free credits. You get 50 free credits per week, per day, which means that you could do that 7 times per week. 350 credits per week that you get. Do not forget to claim this every single day. So make sure, even if you're not playing Marvel Snap on a daily basis, make sure you're logging in to claim these credits on a daily basis. You could also buy 150 of these credits with 120 gold, and 400 gold will get you 500 credits, but that is not the most efficient way to use this gold. You could also buy these fast upgrades here. You could buy variants of these cards with gold. I probably would not buy the variants of the card with golds. You could buy these fast upgrades with your credits. That is not a good place to use them. Where should you use their gold? Well, the best, most efficient place to use that is in these weekly challenges here to refresh your missions. So if you look at this mission cost to refresh them, it costs 120 gold. And what you're going to get in each mission, you're going to get 50 credits for your normal mission and 100 credits for your hard mission. You do both of these missions just by playing the game. That should get you the same amount of credits that you would for that 120 getting that credits in the store. But also what you're getting with this is 25 of these season pass credits. And that is going to get you progress through your season pass. You also, with the normal, you're getting 50 with the hard, so 75 total of these season pass credits. And that also helps you to complete your missions and challenges. So this is the best, most effective way to use your gold right now in the game. Although if you just want to get those credits and don't want to play or anything, then I guess you can do these, purchase the credits directly with gold. Let's talk about these credits though. And this is used to upgrade your cards. You could also do these fast upgrades, like I said, but do not do these fast upgrades unless your credits are getting close to the max. And the max that you have currently in the game is 5,000. So unless you're nearing that 5,000, you're ready to reach that 5,000, do not do these fast upgrades. So one of the big things that you want to do in Marvel Snap is to increase your collection level. To do that, you're going to need to upgrade your cards. Now, one of the mistakes that I made very early on was thinking that upgrading your cards make these cards more powerful. It does not do that. All it does is increase your collection level. But what that is going to allow you to do is unlock more cards, unlock more resources and things like that. So upgrading cards is very important. It's just not going to change the card at all. So what you would need to upgrade, let's say this Squirrel Girl card, if you want to upgrade it from this epic with this purple border to a legendary, you would need 300 of these credits that we talked about. You're also going to need 30 boosters, and each of these boosters is specific to a character and their variants. So the way to get these, you're going to earn these in different modes in the game, but the most efficient way to get these for a specific card is by playing that card in your deck. If you have a card in your deck, at the end of every battle, you're going to get some boosters for one of the cards that's in your deck. So what I've done is actually made a leftover card here. This is not going to win battles, but what it will do is allow me to get some boosters for these cards and upgrade these cards the most effective way possible. So to get these boosters, you want to play the cards in your hand, and you're going to earn one booster for each turn of the game that you played. So if you go all 6 turns and you finish the battle, well, you're going to get 6 boosters for a random card in your deck. It is a random card, but it is something from your deck. So if you want to get these cards leveled up, and if you want to level them up cheaply, you need to start to play some of your other cards. So do not just play one deck. If you're looking to upgrade your cards, you may want to just have one deck for climbing through the ranks and upgrading your collection level right here to get these ranking rewards. But if you want to effectively upgrade your collections, you can unlock more cards and move into different pools, which we'll talk about a little bit. You want to upgrade your cards, and you want to do it as cheaply as possible. If we look at this card here, this is a common card. To upgrade a common card to an uncommon card, that is only 25 of these credits, and it's only 5 of these boosters. So you could upgrade these common cards pretty quickly if you get some good RNG through your battles. Now, the matchmaking is what Marvel Snap is all about, and I think this is done in a very good way. It's based on 2 things: your current win-loss ratio. So if you're losing a lot of battles, you get some easier matchups. If you're winning a lot of battles, you get some harder matchups. It's also based on this, your collection level. And as you progress to certain levels, you have access to certain cards. So lower level players, they're only going to have access to a certain subset of cards. There are different pools. We're going to talk about these pools in a little bit, but it's based on these 2 things. So you're not going to be having some of these end game cards if you're a brand new player. So I think the matchmaking is done very, very efficiently. So let's go take a look at the different pools of cards that you have. The first pool is your starter cards. So these are the cards that you're going to be able to start with. Cards like Abomination, Hulk. Some of these cards have no effect. And other than using them to upgrade your cards and increase your collection level, you're probably going to want to drop a lot of these cards in the beginning. One card that really stands out as one of the best starter cards is Iron Man. Let's move on to your recruit season. So this is the first season before you get some season passes and some season missions. You get this first season here, and you have some actually really good cards in this season cards. Blue Marvel is a card that really stands out as being a card that I'm still using even when I'm in pool 2. Let's go to pool 1, and this is based on when your not pool 1 yet. This is based on when your collection level is 1 through 14. So as you get past level 14, you get access to the pool 1 cards, but there's some really good cards in this section here. You could base a whole strategy around this card. Khazar Spectrum is also a very good character. Odin and White Tiger have some really good synergy as well. So some good strategies that you can make with these collection 1 through 14. And as you go through level 18 to 214, this is where you access these pool 1 cards. So a lot of good cards here that you could use, a lot of interesting strategies. Lady Sif is one. Namor is a decent card if you want to play 1 card there. There's some big strategies that can build around cards like Onslaught and Devil Dinosaur. Discarding cards like Apocalypse, that's another card that you could base a whole strategy on. So there's a bunch of different strategies that you could play. We'll talk about the different strategies and the different types of cards in a little bit. In pool 2, you have access to a few more of these cards. Some cards that really are stand out in pool 2 are Killmonger. Jubilee stands out. Hobgoblin is another card that stands out as being very good. And then we have these pool 3 cards with some high-end cards, some cards that I don't have access to yet because I'm still in pool 2. But you get some very, very good cards. A lot of cards here in pool 2. A lot of cards here in pool 3. So you're going to be able to build a lot of strategies. Now, to max out your roster, to max out your level of cards, it's going to take your collection level to get to approximately between 2,700 and 3,300. So it's going to be a little bit of a climb that you could use these. And sometimes you get some of these locations that you get random cards, and you will have access in that particular battle to some pool 3 cards or pool 2 cards, no matter where you are in the gameplay there. So one of the main ways to progress your account in Marvel Snap is by increasing your collection level. And that will get you access to newer cards in that pool. You could get more credits, more boosters. Some of these are chosen at random. But as you progress through that pool, you should have gotten all the cards in that pool, so that as you are into pool number 2, you should have all the cards in pool 1. As you move on to pool 3, you should have all the cards from pool 2 and pool 1. So that's a nice fair system as far as the matchmaking. And the way to upgrade that or to increase your collection level is by upgrading your cards. You have 7 card levels. You have these common cards with the gray border. You have the uncommon cards with the green border. The blue border is for your rare cards. The purple border is for your epic cards. And then the legendary cards have this gold border. You also have 2 other levels of cards that I don't have yet: Ultra cards and Infinity cards. As you can see, I do have the boosters here to upgrade this. I don't have the credits, and credits are in a very short supply right here. So don't use your credits in a bad way. Let's just look at this example here. So this Cyclops card doesn't have any effects, but it costs 25 of these credits and 5 boosters to upgrade this character, this card. And that's going to increase your collection level by 1. Now, if we go down to this uncommon, those costs go up, and it becomes less and less efficient to upgrade these cards if you're just looking to increase your collection level. As we can see here, it costs 100 credits, it costs 10 boosters, which means that instead of 25 credits for 1 level, you're getting 2 levels at 100, but it's costing 50 credits per level. So a little less efficient as your cards get stronger and stronger. Down here with these blue cards here, these rare cards, it goes for 200 credits, and that is going to get you 4 levels. That is still at that 50 credits per level range. We also have the epic cards that are going to legendary. Those are 300 credits. Those will get you 6 levels. The legendary cards, those will get you 400 credits. Those are 8 levels, and 500 credits to upgrade a card from Ultra to Infinity. That is going to give you 10 levels. So the best, most efficient way is to upgrade all of your common cards from rare, because it is 25 credits per level. Everything else is 50 per level. So it is best to make use of all of your cards, build a deck with those leftover cards, just so all of these cards are not common anymore, because that is going to be the most efficient use of your credits. After that, it's the same. So, you know, try not to upgrade only a single card like I did with this Ant-Man card, just bring them all the way to this legendary level. Don't do that. So upgrade them evenly, get them all out of common, use them in the battle, and that'll help you get your collection level as high as possible. Let's talk about some of these different cards and some of the different abilities that we have. So the first I want to talk about is these on reveal cards. So what this is, for example, Mantis. So on reveal, which means that as soon as the card is turned over, if your opponent played a card here on this turn, draw a card from your deck. So you're taking a card from your deck. Another one of these on reveal cards is Jessica Jones on reveal. If you don't play a card there the next turn, well, you're gonna get 4 more power. So instead of a card that has 4 power, it's gonna be 8 power if you don't play a card here. So a lot of good on reveal cards. Odin is a cool one because on reveal, he's going to activate the on reveal of all your other cards at that same location. So those are the on reveal cards. You could build a whole deck about on reveal. Let's talk about ongoing. And one of the stronger cards in this ongoing section, like I mentioned, is Blue Marvel. You see it has this ongoing here. So your other cards all are going to have 1 power. And that means it's going to be constantly ongoing for the entire battle. A character like Enchantress, she will on reveal remove all the abilities from ongoing cards at that location. So if you play a Enchantress in the middle, your opponent has a lot of ongoing cards, well, she could kind of screw that. But yeah, you have a bunch of these ongoing cards. Onslaught is a very good card to have some synergy with these ongoing cards, because all your ongoing cards are going to have double the effect at that same location of Onslaught. Let's move on to cards that have no ability. And early on, you don't want to use any of these cards because they're not going to give you a lot. Although there are some cards there are some locations that give extra points for using cards with no ability. White Tiger does have a reveal, but her other card, this other White Tiger card, no ability there. So what her on reveal does, adding a 7-powered White Tiger to another location, but this other card will have no abilities. But other starting cards like the Hulk, no abilities there, unfortunately. Cyclops doesn't do anything, so it's best to try to avoid these cards if you have better cards, but you might have to use them in the early game. Discard cards. These are strong cards, and this has a lot of synergy with Apocalypse. When this card is discarded from your hand, put it back with 4 power. And a great card to go along with Apocalypse is Lady Sif, because if you have Apocalypse in your hand, you play this Lady Sif card, it's going to discard the Apocalypse, and he's going to come back not with 8 power, but it's going to come back with 12 power. So on that last turn, it could be a very, very strong card there. Those are the discard. You also have the destroy, the move decks. And I'm starting to build that. That starts to come into play around turn pool 2, but you have cards that can move. Nightcrawler can move that card, can move once. If a card was moved, a character like Miles Morales is only going to cost 1 instead of 4. And that'll give you 5 power at that location. A card like Vision does kind of what Nightcrawler does, but you can move it every single turn you want. And Kraven kind of makes use of that synergy. When you move a card to that same place that Kraven's at, he's going to get 2 powers. You could get some powerful synergy with these move decks. And the last are these destroy decks. And a lot of these older destroy decks are based around this Nova card. When this card is destroyed, give your cards 1 power. We have characters like Deathlock that destroys all the other cards at the location. Character like Bucky Barnes, when it's destroyed, you're going to get a Winter Soldier card in place. So that's going to be worth 6 points instead of 1 point. So you have some very interesting things. When a card is discarded or destroyed, Wolverine is going to be played at a random location. So that's going to give you 3 points at a random location. So those are my biggest beginner do's and don'ts in Marvel Snap. Hopefully this guide helps you get started and it helps reveal some of the different things that you have to pay attention to in Marvel Snap. If there are any tips that you're using that I forgot, let me know in the comments. If there's anything that you didn't know that this video made you aware of, let me know that in the comments as well. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Stay tuned on this channel for more Marvel Snap content. Yes, this is my favorite game that I'm playing right now, and we're making more content on the channel. If you haven't already, check me out on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Before you go, make sure you give me that Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Have a great one, guys.